think tank, the realms. To speak of metaphysics is not to speak of a single history, but to trace the awakening of a perennial question in the human soul. What is the true architecture of reality? This is not a history written in books, but etched in consciousness, a sacred lore passed down through the language of intuition, revelation, and direct experience. It is the story of our collective yearning to map the territories of the unseen, to understand the multidimensional self, and to remember the paths home through the infinite parallel reflections of existence. Keep up with me here, people. Metaphysics, the primordial inquiry. The doc's in the description below, by the way, if you can't keep up with me. The lore of metaphysics begins not with a theory, but with a sigh of the spirit. A first moment of awe under a star-strewn sky. It is the original rebellion against the tyranny of the apparent. While its name was coined by a later librarian cataloging Aristotle's works, the metaphysica, the books after the physics, its essence is far older. It is the foundational hum of the Vedas, the shimmering core of Platonism, the silent knowing in the eyes of the Egyptian initiates, and the whispered secrets of the Druids. Its history is the history of a dialogue between the seen and the unseen. It is the bridge built by the human mind and heart to cross from the world of form, the world of cause and effect, of matter and energy, to the world of essence, of meaning, purpose, consciousness, and first principles. Metaphysics posits that reality is a multi-layered text, and the physical dimension is but the first, most dense, and most literal page. To read the rest, one must develop other faculties of perception. This is the sacred impulse from which all other explorations spring. The multidimensional self. If metaphysics is the map, then the multidimensional self is the territory. Ancient and esoteric traditions across the globe speak not of a single flat self, but of a nested holographic being. This is the lore of the subtle bodies, the physical, the etheric, the astral, the mental, and the casual, each vibrating at a higher frequency and possessing a broader consciousness than the last. The history of this understanding is a tapestry of revelation. In the Hindu and Buddhist traditions, it is detailed in the complex system of chakras and koshas, energy centers and sheaths that interpenetrate the physical form. The Kabbalists map this onto the tree of life, a glyph of 10 sci-fi representing the emanations of the divine through which the soul descends into incarnation and ascends back to its source. These are not mere metaphors, they are technical schematics of consciousness itself, discovered through millennia of deep meditation and inner exploration. They tell us that we are not in a multidimensional universe, we are one. Our body is the crossroads where infinite dimensions of being converge and interact. Parallel universes. The concept of parallel universes, now a staple of theoretical physics, is the ancient lore of as above, so below, expressed through a cosmic lens. It is the belief that every choice, every chance, every potentiality, words, fucking English. These choices and chances blossom into full-fledged realities in a garden of forking paths. This is the ultimate democracy of existence. Every story is being told. Its spiritual history is found in the doctrine of karma and the many worlds interpretation of Hindu cosmology. It is the shimmering vision of the Norse Dresel, the world tree whose branches hold the 9 realms, not distant planets, but parallel dimensions of existence, each with its own laws and beings. It is the aboriginal dreamtime, a timeless parallel plane of reality that is the source of all creation and meaning. This lore suggests that our life is but one thread in an infinite tapestry. The self that you are here and now is a focused point of attention, a character in one novel, while an infinite library of other stories featuring other versions of you exists simultaneously. We are not separate from these parallel selves. We are their nexus point, their shared source, the awareness that can, in rare moments of synchronicity or grace, glimpse its own infinite reflection. Astral travel. Of all the arts, astral travel or projection has the most intimate and universal history, for it is the birthright of the soul. It is the lore of the silver cord, the light body, and the dreamer who awakens within the dream. Every night, as the body sleeps, consciousness partially retracts from its physical anchor and journeys into the subtler realms. Most forget these journeys upon waking, but the pioneers of the spirit have always remembered. The history of astral travel is written in the secret diaries of mystics, the shamanic flight of the medicine men and women, and the rituals of the ancient mystery schools. The Egyptian Ba soul was depicted as a human-headed bird, capable of flying from the entombed body to travel under the sun. The Sufi poets wrote ecstatically of their nocturnal ascensions, mirage through the heavenly spheres. It is the practiced art of shifting one's consciousness awareness from the physical brain to the astral body, allowing for intentional exploration of the non-physical dimensions of reality. This is not mere fantasy, it is the direct experiential verification of all the other lore. The astral traveler does not believe in multidimensionality. They walk its streets, converse with its inhabitants, and return with maps of the afterlife, the inner planes, and the very structure of thought itself. The converging lore. These paths are not separate. They are tributaries feeding a single great river of understanding. Metaphysics provides the philosophical framework. The model of the multidimensional self gives us the vehicle. The theory of parallel universes describes the breathtaking scope of the landscape, and astral travel is the practical means of exploration. Their collective history is the unfolding story of consciousness remembering its own infinite nature. It is a spiritual evolution from believing to knowing, from faith to experience. We are now at a point where the physicist's equations and the mystic's visions are beginning to rhyme, suggesting a profound truth. The ultimate lore is not about discovering new lands, but about developing new eyes. The entire multiverse, in all its parallel splendor and dimensional depth, is contained within the precincts of a single awakened human heart. The journey out is and has always been a journey in. Thank you for watching this video.